And then we went to the health department and I got to do 2 well women exams. So that was, I don't know why, but I just love them. I think it's just rewarding as a woman, to do. So I did like the breast exam and then a pap smear. And you also just like, how bad it sucks to have a pap smear. So I feel like it was just, I don't know, I could resonate with her and I just felt I felt for her,
Wow.
So it was awesome.
That's exciting. What a productive day you had.
What did you guys do today?
I worked at the hospital, so nothing super fun there, but
are you an aide on the floor?
Yeah, so I'm a CNA, but I was just telling Makenzie, I just got a new job as a medical assistant. So I'm really excited for that. So I'm excited because I've been a CNA for probably like 3 years. And so I'm excited to kind of transition to an MA and see what like more stuff I can do. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. I think you're going to love that because now you'll be able to have an experience in 2 different settings, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. And I want to, after PA school, I want to do pediatrics is what I want to specialize in. And the job I got is an MA at a pediatric office. So
perfect.
I am very excited.
One of my classmates loves peds. She's worked at Children's for several years and she just loves it. So awesome. What about Makenzie? What'd you do today?
So much. I just have so much on my plate. I was telling Kelsi that it's like, I love to hear about everyone else.
I know what you mean. It's almost like too much to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Too much to talk about.
Yeah.
Abby, I even asked you, what do you want to go into?
Emergency medicine.
That's what we talked about. Me too. Yeah.
I'm pretty gung-ho on it. I mean, I have really enjoyed this family medicine out here in rural Kansas, but I don't like how much paperwork there is left over at the end of the day. And, you take work home a lot. And I like that in emergency medicine, I show up, I do my job and I leave. So
yeah,
that's hopefully the plan. We'll see.
Yeah. I found myself though, like when I'm shadowing, like in emergency medicine in the ER. So like I go to Project Uplift, I volunteer, and like there were these 2, I don't know if I said the story, I don't think so. There were these 2 homeless patients that came in and they looked so familiar, and I've helped them with Project Uplift. Like you go around town, we have these stops, and then it's like you open the doors and we have soup or food at the end of the truck.
Aww.
And then it's kind of like you're serving them, helping them to survive through the night with clothes that were donated or like feminine products. And it just broke my heart that they looked so familiar. And she was saying how she has anxiety about her foot because her father like locked her in a room.
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Like, and broke her foot. Like when she was younger. So she has anxiety. She came in because she broke her foot. Her foot is literally shattered from her father growing up, but she just kind of rolled it. So it got really swollen. So when we were looking at the x-ray, I was like, oh, holy crap, look at the, like, it's just shattered. And this wasn't even the area that she was complaining about. And the anxiety that she was having was when the PA was just like, palpating, feeling. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just get anxiety. She had major anxiety, but she would freak out when she was just touching her ankle because of the memories as a child. And I'm like, how do I not, like, I want to help. Like, what else can I do to help you? And it's like, you can't go there. You can't go there.
Yeah, it is hard because you are supposed to separate your emotions, and especially in the ER. But I feel like if you never have emotion, it's unhealthy. Like, who was I talking? I was talking to someone, I think they're CRNAs, maybe somebody, about this patient this person who was it? Who had just started working with them, and they were just they had like zero compassion. No, this was a PA student. PA student out in Western Kansas where I did a rotation or not a rotation. I did some shadowing out there, and she was telling me about this PA student from WSU who like had no compassion. Like they actually wrote the program about her because it was so bad. She just was like, man, you guys are really attached to these people. Like, wow, you have a lot of attachment to them. Or like, she just didn't show the empathy that a human should show.
Yeah.
So it's like such a fine balance.
Yeah. Yeah. Kelsi, what are you excited about with your new job coming up?
So I can like give vaccines now, and they told me I could do caths too, like give catheters, which I'm like, I didn't know I could do that as an MA, but they're going to teach me how. They're going to teach me how to do ear piercings. They're going to teach me like just all kinds of stuff. I'm so excited.
Ear piercing.
I know. Well, when I went for my interview, she was like, are you comfortable like doing ear piercings on like babies that come in? And I was like,
I didn't know they did that.
No, she was like, yeah, we do that for like our patients, like only, she said that they used to do it for anybody that just kind of like walked in and wanted to do it, but now they do it for only their patients that come. But she was like, a lot of people are like really hesitant about doing it. And I was like, oh, I'll do it. Just teach me how. So
yeah,
like, yeah, she's like, sure. So I feel like I'm just going to be able to do like a lot more stuff than what I'm able to do now. So I'm excited for that.
Where is the office located?
It's off of North Oak in Gladstone.
Oh,
there's a location. So there's a location in Parkville, there's a location in Gladstone, and there's a location in Liberty. So I might get rotated to like different ones too. So.
And those
where do you live?
I live in Liberty.
Good.
My cousin works at the one in Gladstone, and she's the one that kind of helped me get in and get a job. So I told them that I could go to the Liberty location too if they needed me to. But I think my majority of my time will probably be at the Gladstone location, which is only like 10 to 15 minutes away. So it won't be that bad.
So you commute to school every day from Liberty?
Yeah, but lately, like the last year and a half, it's been online. So I haven't had to. But this coming semester in the fall, it will be back in person, but I'm only going to have one class because I have to do an internship, and then I'll do one class and then I'll be done. So.
Woohoo!
Yes, I'm excited, which I mean, it kind of sucks that I have to drive all the way to campus, just for one class, but whatever, I'm almost done. So
I wonder if they'll allow people, sorry, go ahead, Abby.
Oh no, I was just curious, were your applications due this month?
My first one is due June 15th. But I'm about to submit like half of my applications probably next week. And then I'll wait a little bit, save up some money, and submit the other half.
Is that Stevens College? So
I'm doing
St. Mary's, or which one is that?
Yeah, so there's a Stevens one, Missouri State, UMKC.
But when is it June? You said
July 15th. I think I said June 15th, but I meant July 15th. It's Missouri State down in Springfield. But a lot of them I've emailed, and they said that I can still have a few outstanding prerequisites, but the only class that's outstanding is biochemistry. Some schools require it, some schools don't. So a lot of them are still okay with me applying, even though I don't have that class done yet. So thank gosh.
Yeah.
I noticed online that there is a hybrid, it's being developed, a master's program to become a PA online and hybrid.
Is it?
I know.
What do you mean hybrid?
Online.
Let me look. It is.
I know that, one of those schools up north is online. I think, honestly, I think that Yale,
It's Yale.
It's Franklin Pierce University. And then it says a dash Arizona, and it says developing program. It's based on, it's a Master of Physician Assistant Studies online out of Arizona, Franklin Pierce University. But they also have a Franklin Pierce University, New Hampshire. But I don't know if that one's online as well.
Not a fan.
And then I was searching, I'm so excited. AT Still in Arizona. I was like, what PA programs, I Googled, do not require the GRE, and AT Still, where I want to go, doesn't require it. And I'm like, where have I think I just forget with all of these programs as the time goes by, you just like forget. Like,
yeah, well, actually my friend made a giant document of all the schools he was applying to when he was applying to PA school, and like everything they required, their GPA, if they required the GRE, if so, what score, what classes. And then I just copied and pasted that and took out the schools I wasn't applying to and edited it. So anyway, that was really helpful for me to look back at. I know it's kind of late in the game now, but helpful.
Yeah. It's hard to keep all that stuff straight.
Yeah. If it's not in an Excel doc, it's like, how do you know what they require?
Exactly.
But
so Abby, how do you study? Like, what are your studying techniques? Like, do you journal after your clinic to try to remember it? Or do you speak to your like voice audio texts?
If I'm being totally honest, I haven't really studied that much yet. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I've just done like passive studying so far. Lots of like physician assistant exam review or med geeks or something like that. But I actually just like an hour ago bought the Smarty Pants. It's like Smarty PANCE. And I mean, there's just some things that are worth buying. And I thought that was one of them. So they provide you with like a pre-exam, and then they have like the study materials with the blueprint, the end of rotation exam blueprint, because that's the best thing to study. So I'm going to take this pre-test and then kind of see how I do. And study whatever I don't know, really. I don't know how to, because this is my first end rotation exam because I had family medicine back to back. So hold on, guys. I'm gonna go outside. I'm at my in-laws' house. It's freaking beautiful here. I'll show you. It's just like the peaceful pergola. Anyway, so yeah, as I'm sure you guys know, there's a blueprint for all of the end of rotation exams, and for like family medicine at UMKC, you have 8 weeks of it, and then you take your end of rotation exam. So I don't really know what it's going to be like. I'm kind of nervous because I don't know what to expect. I've listened to some YouTube videos and asked my mentor, kind of what to expect. And most people say to study the blueprint. So I'll probably just do practice questions on like Rosh Review, Smarty Pants, and then actually study what I need to brush up on, which I'm planning to use my Pants Prep Pearls books, which I think I told you guys, if there's one thing I recommend you get, it's that. It is the greatest, most organized books I've ever used in school. So yeah, I guess I'll know more after I take it.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm not like a great test taker. I get anxiety, and I definitely know more when I'm just talking about a subject than when I'm taking a test over it. So I'm going to have to learn how to sit for several hours, which is hard for me already. And then for the pants, I think it's like a 5-hour test or whatever. So
yeah,
I just
get so distracted so easily.
I'm like, every single time I talk about standardized exams, I'm just like, this is so dumb. Like, it is not a good representation of someone's knowledge to ask them to sit there for 4 or 5 hours and answer a bunch of questions that really are not relevant to practice. Like, it's funny. Like, I'm starting to feel comfortable about the things that you pretty much see consistently in family medicine, but it's like, that's not what you get tested over.
Yeah.
It's like the buzzwords and the stuff you don't ever really use. Like, I asked my preceptor, about the buzzwords. And he's like, yeah, I never see that, or I never use that. Like, it's crazy what you learn in school and how much of it doesn't carry over.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd love to change it someday.
Kelsi.
Okay, so my friend, well, actually one of the board members from last semester on the pre-PA society told me that she was adding on her CASP application. We did like clinics with the Army that was like an like intubation clinic, a suture clinic, stuff like that. Should we